Welcome and thank you for joining me for this session on working with course tabs and fields. We'll be talking about different tabs that are in a course and also the fields that are on the tabs. In separate videos, we've discussed the basic information tab and all the fields in that. Also, we've discussed activities and how to use them, and availability, publishing groups, those kinds of things are all in other videos that we have available for you. So we will not be discussing those, just all the other tabs and fields that are out there. We have a user journey, and basically this is from beginning with creating labs all the way through delivering that training to your end users. And as you can see, we have the LOD side here of the platform, Lab on Demand, creating your lab to publishing your lab. And then the TMS side of the platforms, from creating a course to finding a delivery method to delivering that training to your users. So we're talking today about the first step in the TMS, which is to create a course. Let's go over and look at our other tabs that are available for us to use. And we've looked at activities, we've looked at availability with publishing groups. Prerequisites allow you to require a different course to be completed before a user can take this course. So if I go out and choose my other course that has to be completed before this, I am given a status requirement and a blocked action. So I can require that the student is enrolled in the Did You Know demo, or has started it, completed it, or has completed it or been given credit for it. You can credit somebody for a prerequisite on their user profile. So I can choose what they must do before for the prerequisite to be met. And I can also choose what's blocked. Until they've started it, they cannot be enrolled, or they cannot launch the activities within creating a course. So you can make those choices if you want to have prerequisites. Tags allow you to do things like have a way to look up information from Find Courses by inputting tags on courses. They also allow you to create these filters in a course catalog or in a subscription, and then assign which items will filter. So for instance, products becomes a category type up here, like availability is, and then anything that is tagged to be a Q4 2020 event or course would then be showing on this list. So after tagging, we have completion certificates. You can upload a template for a completion certificate and then add it directly to a course. And when the course is then used for a class or a course assignment, that completion certificate is automatically added. And it can be changed on the class directly. And then if students have completed the course or the class or the course assignment, they can then print their own certificates based on that from the transcript. Subscription profiles, you can add the course here to the subscription profile that you choose if you know it, or you can go to the subscription and add the course. But if you're creating a new course and you know it needs to go in a subscription, then this is an easy place to add it. Presenters allow users to be added onto a course, and they'll show here as a presenter. They will show on the class, they'll show on the course assignment, and in an enrollment as well. The way that you do that is on the presenter profile or the user profile. When you go into the user profile, you have to click on this has bio link. When you do that, it automatically immediately shows you this bio tab, and then you can input information, and obviously it shows the image and then any of the information that you've input. And that's really helpful for self-paced training so that people know a little bit about their user or for webinars and that.
Let's move on to the Advanced tab. Here you can customize a few things. For instance, you can change a calendar color, and you can set courses to be specific colors so that they show on your calendar. You may have a set type of courses that you want to set to, a particular color so that those are always that kind of course. So you can control that there. An external ID allows you to, if you have a course ID over in your own system, on your own platform, and you want to relate it over to the course that you have in our system, you can input an external ID here. Surveys, you can set up a survey on a course, and when it's set up on the course, it will automatically be in place for any class that is created from that survey. When you go into a survey, you can create them right here in the system, and you have different types of questions that you can ask. So you're looking for people's opinions. You can have multiple choice questions with either one answer available or multiple answers available. You can have text and essay questions with just one field, multiple fields, or an essay with as much as they want to say about anything can be put in. You do rating scale questions where it gives you a percentage based on all the answers within the all the surveys taken. And you can do matrix style questions that are not rated. And it can be only one answer per row, or it can be multiple answers per row. So you can set up all of those types of surveys for yourself and use them in for your student, your instructor, your organization. For a student survey, you can set what time that survey is available, before the class ends or after a class ends, and all of these are available at the bottom of the class activities when they're set up. An instructor survey is only available to the instructor teaching the class, and it is available once the class starts for the instructor. And an organization survey is available for when the class is created, but it's only available to operations managers. And those are all at the bottom of the class activities. If you allow class self-enrollment, it will set up the class. It will set up the class so that, I'm going to go into advanced features here, so that allow self-enrollment is enabled for users that have the self-enrollment role. So there is a self-enrollment role out there you can assign and enable those. You can see we have other options where you can allow anybody to self-enroll in a class, and you can choose to allow them to self-enroll while the class is in progress as well. So this is the one that it chooses if you do enable self-enrollment. If you allow self-paced self-assignment for a course, users can then, if they can see the course catalog or get to the course from Find Courses, they can, and they have the self-assignment role, then they could enroll into that, start a course assignment for that class. And this self-assignment requires valid subscription. They would actually have to be given a subscription before they could self-assign that, no matter if they could see the course or not. To allow recordings, this lets you set how many days that recording is available. Recordings are only available for classes that have virtual meetings in them, and the only virtual meeting hosts that are integrated, fully integrated ones. So you either have to have Adobe Connect or Zoom fully integrated by our help desk again, in order for the recordings to be available. Let's look at my student, because I'm pretty sure she has recordings. So on the enrollment right here, she'll see the recordings. She can go in here and watch a recording and play whatever it was from the class. If you allow supplemental recording access, that means that on your class recording, so I mean as an ops manager right now, so when I go to recordings, it adds this availability section, and I can choose who has access to those recordings. So by default, it's always going to be the enrolled students in the class, but you can change it over to anyone from your organization, any authenticated user, anybody at all. You can choose like maybe all your instructors to be able to take a view a delivery of a class because it was really great. And you can do things like add a specific person and add it for them to be able to see. So if I do that for myself, for me to be able to view this, I would go to my transcript, and way down at the bottom of my transcript, I have recordings available to me that I can open up and then view. So we're at the very end here, guys. Like the self-assignment required a valid subscription, you can also set that any course assignment must be within a subscription, and the subscription assignment for the user for them to be able to create it. And last but not least is allow anonymous access to course details page. This lets you, when this is enabled, you can copy out that URL for your course and share it out to somebody, and they do not have to authenticate. They don't have to log in order to view that course profile and see all the information about it. So they could come to this page and be able to read information on the course without logging in. That is that, as we say. So we're going to wrap up now.
Thank you for joining us for the webinar, and we hope to see you again at another one soon.